That big boss, that's special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey guys.
What are we playing? We're playing Godzilla.
I'm playing Godzilla,
I'm
man.
injecting Red Bull right now.
Fucking love me from some Godzilla.
Yeah.
So we're on the menu screen here, and you can see there's quite a few options available. God of Destruction, King of Kaiju, versus Evolution, Diorama, Kaiju, etc. But the one that's kind of the main story is God of Destruction, which is kind of the one that has a bit of a, narrative to it. So there's a couple different things we can do here.
We can resume your progress.
Go ashore is just the first level, and then you have invade, defend. Obviously, invade is you are the kaiju, and then defend is you're defending humanity from kaiju with a kaiju.
What?
Kaiju is the Japanese word for a giant monster, I believe, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty...
I'm not going to bother with the tutorial, obviously, but...
Why? That's the best part of every game.
So, we're just going to go... I'm going to go ashore. I'm not going to resume, because I'm like right at the end of the game, and honestly, it's hard as fuck right now. I want you guys to have a look at this.
Sure.
The reason why... what's this? You're going to play from the beginning? Yeah, that's fine. The reason why... I wanted people to see this game is because A, it's a game that you look at it and you think, I like Godzilla, maybe I'd like this game, but you're not sure. And that's what we're here for. Our quick bites are designed for you to make decisions on what you want to buy and what you don't want to buy. Yeah. So this is to show you what Godzilla looks like on the PS4.
I'm on Red Bull number 4 in 18 hours, so...
Yeah, Keegan is...
I just chugged a Red Bull.
Keegan's overdosing quietly in the corner. I'm not sure he's ready for giant monsters. But
skip this shit.
Essentially what happens is, you are Godzilla, as we can see here, and you have to destroy the generators on every level.
Can you walk out into the ocean?
The weird part, I don't know how far you can get. It's kind of closed off once you get over there. So you can see there are people already trying to fight me. So it's a little lumbersome, obviously, because I'm Godzilla. The weird part is, to turn, you have to press L1 or R1.
What?
Yeah.
And is the camera to stay like that, or does the right stick move?
Camera can move with the right stick, and then you have your your go-to moves here. So I'm just gonna smash this shit up because it's annoying me. But you can literally destroy anything. So you can still go left.
Fire in the water.
I don't care. I'm Godzilla. You can literally go left and right strafing, because most of the time when you're fighting something, it's a big attack for you. Also, I have this ability.
Nice.
Lasers?
Nice. So you got a couple different things you can do, but the more shit that you destroy, the better, because you get power-ups, and also you actually can like earn bases, so to speak, if you destroy the entire base. Obviously, these little guys are pretty annoying, so most of the time you have to do something like that. There's also a big move. I forget how to pull it off. You can roll. I can't remember what it is. I'll figure it out for you. But as you're walking around the mini-map here, you can see...
Destruction.
You can see the things like enemies and stuff. There's also some weirder little circles that'll pop up when I get to certain areas. So I'm supposed to film myself, and this is a weird thing that I've never really understood about this game since I was playing it. You're supposed to film yourself to help better defeat Godzilla. So I don't know why you would be trying to actively defeat yourself. But you're kind of helping humanity along by just taking a moment to film yourself now and again.
Well, I guess because you're getting those little radio things, I guess, are you technically like, maybe you're like just this invisible person who's just like in a helicopter just constantly following around Godzilla?
Maybe. Yeah.
That seems like a weird conceit though.
But you see the camera on the screen there? So that's what I'm supposed to start filming. I honestly can't remember what button it is, so I'm just going to keep pressing it until one does it. I think it's...
Not that one.
There you go. So they'll watch me.
And are you controlling this still?
I'm still controlling Godzilla, yeah.
That seems...
But I'm not controlling the camera.
It's a weird...
Weird, right?
Yeah.
So you'll do it for so long and it'll say, okay, record it, and then you're good. And you have to get all 4 of those on each stage. Now I've already got them. You see he's only strafing right now because I need to press R1 to spin him all the way around. So it is lumbersome. And there is a charge he does, which is about as fast as he goes, and it's only for a tiny bit of time. But I mean, essentially, the feeling that you're getting is just literally walking around, smashing shit up, and breathing fire on things.
And that's pretty much all this level is just you just destroy everything?
Yeah, man. And then, obviously, there's waves of enemies that are trying to get you, but you can see they are barely affecting...
Like, where's your health?
Yeah, that's what I just
That's a great question. I have yet to figure it out.
Have you actually died in this game?
I have died in this game, but only at the hands of other kaiju when they invade, because you do get the occasional
headbutt that
invasion.
thing in front of you.
Those of you who are familiar with the Godzilla franchise will be pretty impressed with the selection of kaiju. There's a lot of old familiars.
How many bosses have you fought, like, or how many other kaiju?
You know, they're so
fought?
random, and it's different ones every time, so I couldn't tell you exactly how many. Pretty much every level past this one, there's an invasion.
Alright.
But I'm gonna try and like destroy
things
everything. I don't know half of what's going on, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of running around smashing things. I know I have a special move. I just
Well,
honestly, that's the one.
you have destruction percentage.
There you go.
Are you trying to
Holy
destroy
cow.
like 100%?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I try and get 100% destruction, just because I am OCD when it comes to that sort of
We'll
thing.
take that down and take
I'm
that tower down. Come on,
Planning
Tom.
I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna let one of you guys play here after, so you can get a feel for it. Because honestly, for 24 bucks, it's a lot of fun. And what I really liked about it is there is the option to kind of choose the path you want to go, as opposed to choosing at the beginning whether you want hard, easy, or normal.
Yeah.
So this is always easy because it's the tutorial level.
Sure.
After this, it will say, do you want to go hard or do you want to go easy? Or maybe sometimes medium. Like they switch it up.
Interesting.
But that changes the entire location that you're going to. So the hard levels aren't just harder levels of the main game. They are completely different levels with different kaiju and different buildings and all that kind of stuff.
That's interesting.
It's a very unique way of kind of looking at it. And I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm just gonna smash up the last few of these guys, and then probably let a big
Big
explosion
attack, yeah.
rip here. Yeah, close it because these helicopters.
Where's the explosion
are annoying
coming
as
from,
shit.
Tom?
Here we go. Boom. Bang! Everything gets wrecked.
Extra bonus achieved.
There you go.
Very nice. And then you just gotta
So
destroy
now I
that
gotta
generator.
take out this generator. Now this generator has a little shield, which is super annoying. So when you see that it's ramping up, you kind of step back a little bit, otherwise it knocks me on my ass. So I have to wait for that. And then I can go back in there and start
Just
smashing.
headbutt it and just...
Yeah, you know, why not? The other thing you can do is when you do that giant attack that I was doing before, that actually makes you invisible for a second. Invincible, so I can do that, and then I will blast through the generator blast.
That's
and
cool.
just continue to smash it up. But then you can imagine trying to take out generators. It's difficult enough as it is, but when there's kaiju on your ass, when there's the army on your ass, and sometimes there's also time limits too, so you only have like a minute to smash everything, damage every generator, and beat the kaiju. There's regular bosses too. This crazy lady in the corner will send like powerful army-made ships and things at you alongside the kaiju. So sometimes you'll be fighting 3 things at a time. Because the army's just sending consistent crap at you.
Interesting.
So it ramps up some. I did hard and I got to the last level, and that is where I failed. I could not get any further. So this is, you see it's split off here. So you have area 2, which has this beautiful sort of color pinwheel here. Enemies unknown, so possibly a kaiju. If I go here, I'm definitely going to be fighting Batra.
There's a good few levels in this.
But it's a larva. Yeah, oh yeah, there's tons. You can see I haven't even quite got to that very, very last one there, but everything else is unlocked. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so this one, you can also see the leader of the level, like all kinds of stuff here. So I guess the question is, Jordan, where do you want to go?
Alright, well, we'll just do we'll do easy since I've never who's this?
So the leadership has changed.
It's that dude now.
Basically, the more shit that you destroy, you'll get different like presidents of the country that react in different ways. So you can destroy enough stuff that they start to really freak out and send like extra special attacks at you, like little aerial assaults and things like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Compassion is key.
Yeah.
So I guess he loves.
So this guy thinks that Godzilla is friendly. And for the most part,
I mean, technically speaking, like Godzilla's not a bad guy.
No, he's an anti-hero, I would say. But you can just destroy the generators and not smash everything to pieces if you really feel like it. You know, the only requirement is destroy the generators.
Yeah.
Because you need to eat, and that's what you eat, nuclear generators.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Extra bonus, destroy 10 tanks.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's not a ship.
Nope. That's a pure description. But yeah, once you get on shore there, you'll be fine to just roam around. You can see that kind of invisible orange line that's around the place.
Yeah.
That's the outside. So that's like you can't get past that. But everything inside of that is fair game.
Alright, so that's your special attack.
Your super special is L2, R2 at the same time. L1, R1 is a growl, which I guess does something. I've never figured out what it does.
Oh.
X is your charge. Square is a regular attack. Triangle is a strong attack with your tail, which is pretty useful against kaiju.
Sure.
And circle is your atomic breath.
Alright.
And the strafing, like to turn, is L1, R1, and then if you want to strafe on the spot, you're just pressing left or right on.
Can you control your breath?
No, actually. You just have to kind of point it in the right direction, let it rip, and hope for the best.
You just went.
Which is a little disappointing, but, you know, I think... So the nice part about it is you can actually evolve Godzilla as well. Like, you evolve his height as you play.
Yeah.
So right now, you're at a height of
damn.
54. But by the time that I'd finished, I was close to 100, and you can actually fight kaiju and get kind of genetics from them, so that you can evolve and get like stronger atomic breath and things like that, and then that stays with you through your playthrough.
Interesting.
So there's a lot going on for such a kind of a small little game. $60 probably not worth that, but for the $20 that I paid for it, yeah, absolutely, why not? If you're a big Godzilla fan, it's a good bit of fun, and it's almost like a pocket game. Like, I kind of wish it was on the Vita or something like that, because it would be perfect for the occasional, like, you know, or even on an iOS device or something.
Just your online bus or something like that.
Yeah, because the levels aren't very long in general, and then you could just fight kaiju once in a while. I haven't tried the versus mode yet. That would possibly be interesting to attempt. I don't know if that's online or split screen. I have not got that far with it.
I imagine if it's online, I don't know how many people are...
Yeah, there probably wouldn't be a huge audience for it, but it's kind of nice to just kind of roam around and smash shit up. And
there's something to be said, because it makes me think of, like, there was a series of games called Rampage back in the day. And that's almost what this makes me think of.
It is very, very similar to Rampage, which also had a giant dinosaur.
Yeah.
And a giant monkey. But you will eventually on this level probably get a warning, incoming kaiju, 30 seconds or something like that. And then you're going to find out who your kaiju is going to be.
So can you lock on to kaijus at all, or like anything like that, or you just have to kind of...
don't think so. I might be wrong on that. I've never figured it out, but by all means give it a shot. The kaiju are usually pretty weak. It depends on what you're fighting. They get obviously progressively harder.
Sure.
Most of the earlier ones are just going to be kind of weird things. There you go. Unidentified signal image now.
Mothra.
It'll be something small. It might be a Mothra, a little baby Mothra. You are in for a treat. This is one of the worst kaiju. And the nice part about it is also sometimes they give you random sized kaiju, so you can be 50 meters high and they'll send you a 100 meter high kaiju.
Oh, great.
It just fucks you up for no reason. It's just super mean.
No, there are more of them?
Oh my god.
Duh, girl.
The
Yeah.
whole planet is in danger.
He looks like he's trying to swim.
That one's one of my favorites looking wise.
He makes me think of, well, he makes me think of, what's the kid's name from Majora's Mask?
Yeah, I don't remember.
But that makes me think, like,
Yeah.
his eyes make me think of Majora's Mask. Alright.
So that's Hedora.
Alright,
He is 50 meters high. You are 55, so technically you're taller. He does, however, have some fancy moves, so you may want to be a little careful. He likes to flop on you. Kind of just hands up in the air, dive at your face.
I'm gonna shoot fire in his
The only time you
motherfucking
will
face.
know that you're taking damage is similar to the sort of Call of Duty school of damage taking, which is your screen will start to fill with a type of blood, and that's how you know it's time to get out of dodge.
What's with that? Like, whenever... Speaking of that, like, are they bleeding in their eyes? Is that why the screen is turning red? Is it
Maybe.
because your eyes are bleeding?
Good Robin.
Fuck boy. I didn't do shit.
But the kaiju are not usually terribly difficult to beat until you get later and you have like the three-headed mega, beasts.
Sure.
But then, like I said, the later you get, like especially if you're doing those films, the government starts to learn ways to get at you, so they'll start sending giant flying airships at you at the same time that you're battling kaiju, and then you're very much open.
So you're just getting hit from like every single
yeah,
direction.
and that involves a lot more kind of running away and coming back and letting your health regenerate a little bit. Tail whips are pretty good for those big airships, I found, because you'll tend to catch them with those, and then doing the obviously the mega blast.
Yeah. Homeboy doesn't like getting lasers to his face, so I can't really like blame him. I don't necessarily think I would like getting a laser into my face.
Oh yeah. It's a super mega move. There you go, you have 2 units of evolution from Hedorah. So, if there was an evolution move that you could do similar to Hedorah's, then you would be able to build it in the evolution mode.
Very cool.
So it's kind of neat, you know. And I played this twice through, once easy, once hard, and I never got enough to do a single evolution.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a lot of collecting to be done if you really want to sort of get deep into there.
So there's tons of grinding.
Oh yeah, it's a grind fest. It wants you to play it over and over and over again. Absolutely. See, that'll put him on his ass there if you stand by that shit.
At least he gets up pretty quick.
Oh yeah, it's not too tough.
Like here I was expecting him to like take half an hour to get back up. And
No, he's a big dude. He's cool. He can handle it. Keegan, what are your thoughts so far? You're just like entranced over there. Is it all the Red Bull?
It's kind of, but like, I'm really not impressed with this too much. Quite honestly, I don't know if it's just because I'm watching it. It doesn't look good. I'm not a Godzilla fan.
Which is the first problem.
Yeah, I'm not a Godzilla fan. Doesn't look good, and to me, there's no like rhyme or reason what you're doing. You're just going around breaking shit, which I don't really would like. But
What is
like,
the essence of Godzilla, sir?
I know, but like, I don't know.
So that brings up, like, I mean, is a game like this something that like has an okay marketplace, or do you think that like had they made this into almost like a survival horror quasi Resident Evil, where like, so say they took like the 2013 Godzilla movie as like an example, and they like, because that movie is pretty much a horror film.
It's good. Yeah.
So what, I mean, like, you know, what if they did something like that where they
I think there's definitely 2 schools of thought on it. I think everyone that's not super familiar with the original Godzilla would probably prefer something similar to a survival horror, like you said, maybe even first person, with sort of Godzilla attacking a city and you're running around and maybe there's kaiju and things like that. Potentially like a sort of a playable version of Cloverfield, if you will.
yeah.
But I think that for the fan service, for the guys that actually love Godzilla and have bought like every Godzilla game, this is pretty much how most Godzilla games go. You play the giant lizard and you run around and smash things up and get to fight enemies that you know who they are if you watch the original movie.
Sure.
So I think the problem is trying to create a Godzilla game that doesn't alienate the original fan base, because they would very much be putting a lot of hopes on that newer Godzilla film, which I don't think gained enough traction to make it worthy of a full game. So I think they have to play it safe. I think to an extent they do have to do something like this, because there is the core audience that would be looking for something like this and would probably be largely unimpressed with the other version. Just a thought.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad thought.
I think Keegan would probably not enjoy this game, honestly. We're still going to make him play it,
Yeah,
but
it's
which
just-
is what we do.
It reminds me right now. I just feel like the way the buildings fall and everything. It reminds me of like a I won't say PS2, probably PS3 game.
Oh yeah, graphically not
It's
impressive at
Not
all.
impressive at all, and I just feel like there's no substance to this game other than
No.
just destroy stuff, and I'm not.
It does get progressively better as you go, I will say that. The challenge does become a lot more. Like right now, the thing about it is, for the most part, you kind of feel invincible. Like I said, I didn't even know I had a health bar until I started to get towards the later levels where I was actually,
Yeah.
oh shit, I'm actually getting hurt now. For the longest time, I just thought I was invincible and could wreck everything and nothing could hurt me, so I figured, what's the point?
I feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over.
You do, but there are different, like, there are changes to it. Like, the kaiju get more interesting, the enemies get more interesting, the areas get larger, there is, you know, a lot of stuff going on.
So it does evolve more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, do we want to keep going down the story, or do we want to see if there's like a different thing for Keegan to play? Or do we want to have Keegan play?
I say have Keegan play one more level of the story, and then we'll take a quick look at some of the other stuff. Because the other stuff is not as deep as the story.
Sure.
So, Keegan, you get to fight Mecha Godzilla.
See how this goes.
I'm just kind
I mean,
of
I can
excited
enjoy this
to
once I
see
start
it.
playing it, but
Sure.
like I said, I'm just.
It's not. I mean, after playing today for our recording sessions, we've had a little bit of Fallout, a little bit of Battlefront. It's far from those games in terms of graphical fidelity and gameplay in general. But in terms of just a quick fix game that wasn't a lot of money, I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it.
I remember Triangle is also your like tailspin.
Oh shit! Did not mean to do that.
That's okay. L1 and R1 are to turn. Remember
This is
that.
so
That's
weird.
the difficult part. I know, you feel like a tank a little bit, but it's interesting.
Oh. Didn't do that.
And remember, if you want to just get rid of like the generators, like you don't necessarily have to destroy the whole entire city.
No, but I feel like.
May as well.
Fun?
You see, now there's like this giant anti-Godzilla gun thing over there. Oh, you can grab things as well, which I didn't even learn until I played it for a good couple hours. I honestly can't remember how. So I'm sorry about that. I think it might be circle when you're close to something, but you can grab things and shake them. And if you get a hold of a kaiju, then you can...
Oh, there we go. Triangle.
Yeah, there you go.
I think. That's what I pushed, and it did that.
If you get a hold of a kaiju, then you can like literally throw them, which is really kind of cool.
So how many hours did you say you put into like just your first playthrough?
Not a lot, only a couple. I mean, I was pretty much done with it within 2-3 hours.
Really? Okay.
But I didn't go the hard route the first time. I went the easy route, which we were doing now. The hard route is a bit more of a challenge, a bit more substantial, more levels, and definitely gets difficult when you get timing involved. When they start saying you have a minute and a half to accomplish all this stuff, then you really feel the pressure of it. And I was playing it originally with my brother-in-law, Phil, and he's a gamer, but never been like a super hardcore gamer or anything. But he does play a lot, and he was pretty enjoying it. I don't know whether it's just because there wasn't a whole lot else going on at the time.
Sure.
But yeah, he had a good time with it as well, as someone that is not really a super hardcore gamer, and also probably not that huge of a Godzilla fan.
Yeah.
I think it sort of extends to that. It has a mobile game like feel to it, just because of the nature of the levels, and that you only really have a couple things to do in the levels, and
Sure.
it takes forever to evolve your character up and get to a more powerful place, which is a very popular theme in mobile games.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, I quite like it. I am a Godzilla fan. I will confess I've not seen all of the older movies. I've seen some, and I enjoy them. I love the idea of giant monsters in general. That's one of my favorite genres, if you will, of horror or of anything.
So I think I realized my biggest complaint with this game.
Go ahead.
How fucking slow he... Like, if I feel like this was quicker, it wouldn't be nearly as bad.
But if he was quicker, he wouldn't be Godzilla, you know what I'm saying?
You can use as skyscraper.
You can use X to charge a little bit. It helps things go a little faster. But he definitely trundles. Yeah.
He is the biggest...
Trundle.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking
Trundle's
mash X.
Trundle's a good word.
Word of the day.
Is trundle.
Trundle.
I'm just gonna headbutt this.
What's your favorite monster movie then?
God, that's tough. You know what? I'm gonna say Cloverfield, and not because it's newer. I like a lot of older monster movies, but Cloverfield was one that I caught it with the viral campaign right at the beginning.
Yeah, me too.
Cloverfield had a classic viral campaign.
Yep.
It was incredible. And I was so into it that I was like researching online to try and see what it was and all that kind of stuff. And so when I actually got to watch it, I loved it. I thought it was incredible. I loved the fan footage style with the giant monster, and also an unknown monster. It wasn't anything that had any rules. There were no rules for this monster.
And it was
whatever the
well-designed monster too. Like,
it was.
Actually, when you finally saw what it looked like,
oh yeah,
you were just like, oh damn, like that's a gnarly ass monster.
Yeah, and it had all the little the weird things that would jump off of it, and like in the subway scenes and stuff.
Yep.
It was a great monster movie, and I know that it has mixed reviews, mostly because it is found footage, and not everyone is a fan of that style. But I really loved it.
I still thought it was because that's probably my favorite found footage movie, but it's also I think my favorite monster movie. Like when you think of like, I mean, I'm not necessarily including like werewolves or anything like that, because like. Yeah. American Werewolf in London might get my favorite monster movie, period, because that's a thing. But when I'm thinking of like big monster movies,
giant monsters specifically.
I think Cloverfield being.
There's not enough giant monster movies. You know, one movie, and this is something that we discussed a little bit privately, is that I've been on a giant H.P. Lovecraft kick lately, and I don't know why. I guess something started me off, and I've just been absorbing all of it, despite. You know, it being ancient. Sure. I was familiar with H.P. Lovecraft. I was familiar with the Cthulhu mythos. I read the works of H.P. Lovecraft, but for some reason I just got back into it in a big way. And why the fuck hasn't there been a well-made Cthulhu movie?
Because it cost too much money and it needed to be R-rated. Because Guillermo del Toro was on his way to making money.
Oh man,
he was going to do it at the Mountains of Madness,
wouldn't it?
And yeah, that would have been cool. But the thing is that it's like why a Bioshock movie won't ever be made, because the studio wants it to be a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, you can't
and there's
do
no
that,
way that
though.
you
But
can
there's,
do that.
I mean, I really hope that the Deadpool movie changes their minds about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because Deadpool is obviously, Ryan Reynolds has already said it's going to be a hard R. And, you know, they really were pushing to make that a PG.
So I just defeated the Dragon Sword.
The Dragon Sword?
Godzilla.
Yeah.
That's a great word. Use your laser.
Show you a circle.
Circle.
Or that.
Not that. Just
Nope.
regular
Can
circle.
I not kill him?
Regular circle.
I am a mid-range. Oh, I'm
You
empty.
gotta wait.
You might need to attack other things to get back up your or
You
your
have to wait
temperature.
for
I
your
think.
temperature to go up. You just wait it out.
It's not empty.
Thing.
Yeah, that definitely was the Dragon Sword.
but I just thought, you know, that's such a rich fucking universe to draw from, and such an incredible end boss, so to speak. Why? I know there's been 2 other movies about it. One was a silent movie, which was, I guess, a nice homage, because, yeah, it was from the 20s or whatever.
Yeah.
But the other one was a 2007 movie.
There was also
which was just weird.
At the Mouth of Madness, which was
really
not-
good, but not
Which isn't it?
strictly cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of argument about the name too, because obviously some people pronounce it Cthulhu, some people pronounce it Cthulhu. I was watching a documentary the other day that I thought was fantastic. It's called In Search of Lovecraft, I think. No, The Fear of the Unknown, that was it. And basically they talked about how he had actually commented on the name himself and said that the human mouth cannot make the sound to pronounce the name. He actually said it was a 2-syllable word, like Cthulhu. Like it's all one thing.
Yeah.
So so for those of you arguing over the correct way to say that word,
You can't say it right.
You can't say it right because it's not a word you're allowed to say. So everything is right, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
But,
thought that
but
was
it's
cool.
Cthulhu.
But yeah, but that's what I said.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, that's something I think deserves. I just love sea monsters in general. Sea monsters are probably my favorite type of monsters because the nature of the ocean and the fact that it's so unexplored and that sort of thing is
Because they can actually exist there.
yeah, you know, it's not beyond the realms of reality, which is what I really enjoy about it. I've been trying to write a book on it for a long time. I love writing, but I don't often find time to really sit down and do it, to be honest with you. I've done a ton of research, though, into a book I'd like to write about sea monsters.
I'm gonna 100% this. Like, if I want to play this, I'm gonna 100%
See?
this.
You get that feeling like I have to smash everything. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of research into that, and I do thoroughly
Yeah,
enjoy that type of
here.
thing.
Well, if you look down at the map, there's nothing pointing out that way, so I think you can destroy it.
You can destroy that, actually. Pretty sure. But you need to face it head on. You're not facing it head on.
Yeah, see. There you go. Oh, nice.
There we go.
Still 98%. What would your book be about?
Well, the book that I'm working on, I'm actually working on making a collection of short stories that turn into one giant story. It's called Seven Seas, and obviously that's a popular term or phrase, but the idea behind it was I wanted a book involving 7 giant sea monsters that sort of build up to, well, 6 giant sea monsters that build up to a 7th that is known as the World Eater. The World Eater is a popular concept in Nord myth. Basically, it's a giant sort of snake-like serpent creature that is biting its own tail around the world, and once it lets go of its tail, the entire world will end. Well, that's not quite the thing that I'm going for, but the idea of it and some of the principles of it are going to be held intact. But it's kind of going to be sort of a cross between Lovecraftian horror mixed with just general sort of sea adventuring.
Cool.
Yeah, it's I'm excited to get going on it. Like I said, I've been researching it for almost 2 years now, and I have a lot of stuff ready to go. At this point, I just need to finalize some of the characters and some of the plot points and start the first short story, which is going to be based upon a plant. Actually, it's the first sea monster is essentially not really a monster, but a type of plant. But I won't go too far into it.
It's like The Last of Us almost.
Yeah, it's very similar actually. The whole idea of kind of the cordyceps virus and that sort of thing, it is a mind-controlling plant. So yeah, there is some similarities there. But yeah, it's a mixture of that leading up to the first big monster, which is an anglerfish of sorts.
Very cool.
But yeah, it's kind of the plant plants the seeds that lead towards the first monster coming out, which is the anglerfish.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'll obviously keep you guys apprised of it the more I do.
I love that.
Our potential landing point.
So, if you pass it back over here, I'll show you some of the other kind of modes we can look at just before we end our session here. So let me try and quit out of here.
I am thoroughly not impressed with this game.
That's fine. That's
honest.
perfectly okay. So King of Kaiju is just literally you get to fight waves of kaiju.
Sure.
So if we hop in here real quick, you can get a quick look at it.
So just like you just get to...
Yeah, you just get you skip all the destroying the city parts and you just go to smashing down these guys. And you can see how many kaiju there are in the final game here by how many that I have question marks on.
Very cool.
And there's a lot of them. And you even get to be old school in Godzilla as well, which is really awesome. Godzilla! And then versus, yep, that is a network battle. Online, there you go. Yeah. So that's online for those of you.
Just for the sake of it, let's see if there's anyone online.
Yeah, sure, why not? I severely doubt it.
I'm gonna say no.
Free versus play?
Yeah, free versus play.
What's free versus play?
Random users.
Versus friends.
Oh, they just have a versus friends as well.
Do you play 3-player? That doesn't seem fair.
That is a little weird, but not,
Well, it's probably, just 3 people going against each other.
Is he fighting a Power Ranger? That last screen, look at your Power Ranger.
I like the mountain-based level. It's a fun one. And I will be... Oh, I could choose my kaiju. Well, let's be Mecha.
Yeah, be the Dragon Zord. That's the only thing I like about this is the fact that it looks just like the Dragon Zord.
Oh, snap. Oh, that's you. Never mind.
Waiting for opponent.
I have a feeling we might be waiting for quite some time. Unless this is like super popular in Japan or something. Fair to say, not a great online base.
No. So if there's any online trophies, then we might be...
SOL.
Yeah. Alright, I give up. So I'm gonna go back here.
I was really hoping we'd find one person.
It would be cool.
Because I bet there's probably one guy who's just now turned off his PS4 to go to the bathroom. He's like, I've been waiting for 6 months to find someone to play this fucking game with me.
Guys, if you want to fight me on Godzilla, Madrizzle1 is the username. Let it be known. I will fight you. Right, so here you go. That's bullshit. That's fine. So evolution mode is the kind of the collection thing we were talking about here. You can see the amount of unlocks that are on there.
Holy cow. And each character has their own different...
Right? So you can go through, but you have to collect... you have a 180-degree turn, which I don't even have. It should be pretty much standard, you would think. But if I go in here, you can kind of see the various things, and it says factor needed to do it. And you have to own this, that, and the other. So I can buy this 180-degree turn, hopefully.
Nope, you don't have...
Do I not have something?
Nope.
Use the refigured materials to obtain a figure. Sure, let's do it. I don't know what a figure is, but let's do it. Oh, through a diorama there. Oh, there you go. But, yeah, so you can actually not only evolve Godzilla, but every fucking kaiju in here has its own little, you know, unlock key. So, yeah, you can literally play this for hundreds of hours, unlocking everything for every kaiju if you really wanted to. Diorama mode, I have no idea. It just says create scenarios, so I guess that's kind of like playing with toy figures.
That's
maybe,
what Battlefront has one of those, and it's really weird.
That is.
You get it from achievements and stuff.
Yeah, so you can make little maps here and stuff, and very cool.
That's kind of neat.
So if you do this, and then you can some positions you can place things. This is unreal. Let's do position.
Don't die.
Yeah, sorry about that. Alright. Can I choose my monster?
Nope.
Oh, I only have Godzilla. Right,
Standing
let's have
Godzilla,
standing.
okay.
So there's my little...
So he's very astute.
Yeah. There you go. Kind of back at it now. I have no idea what's going on
And
here,
you
to be
can take
honest.
a picture of it.
I'm sure in some worlds this is thrilling.
It's like creating a town in Fallout 4.
Kind of. Less hassle. All right, so let's
I don't know.
get
It's
out
been
of
a lot
here.
of fun playing it. Making
No,
it
I know,
together.
that's a lot of fun, but...
Sorry, guys. I choking a little bit here on all the Godzilla-ness,
all the excitement.
all the kaiju. So yeah, so let's not continue with diorama mode as much as I would love to.
Is it diorama or diorama?
I always said diorama, but then I might, you know, pronunciation should not be one to go off
Sure.
for you.
And the kaiju guide, I imagine, is not you.
Yeah, it just kind of goes through, select the kaiju you wish to view. Okay, and then you get to learn all about the kaiju and that
That's
kind
cool.
of stuff, which is really dope for fan service. You know, again, this game is pure fan service. It even shows you like where they came from, the abilities, all kinds of stuff.
Jaguar.
And you can even skip through the list here and kind of see some of the other ones.
Very
Rhino
nice.
Series. There's a ferocious dragon. There's a dragon for you, Keegan.
Yeah, but it's not the Dragon Zord.
It's not the Dragon Sword. Orga,
the-
the space monster.
I'm hoping that they make a Power Rangers game since the movie's coming out. That would be
Gigan
awesome.
is badass. He looks like a
Gigan's
bird.
awesome.
He
With
looks
a
like
visor.
Edward Scissorhands.
It's like a bird wearing Bret Hart's glasses. Some really awesome monsters. King Ghidorah is a pretty
He's a
good
classic.
King Caesar.
These all look like Power Ranger things.
Sure, I mean, it
would
came
scare
from
the fuck
a-
out of me.
Like
I mean, similar
same,
mindset.
yeah. That's what I'm saying though. That's like it all reminds you of like that.
Mhm.
That actually reminds me of
This guy's doing the robot.
was it Beetleborg? I don't remember.
There you go, Hedora.
She's
So,
adorable.
As you can tell, like I said,
Adorable.
awesome kind of fan service. So for those of you that do really love Godzilla, and especially the old series, a great game. If you have no feelings one way or the other for Godzilla, perhaps you should give this one a skip. But for $20, I couldn't say no.
I might wait until it comes out for one of the like the super duper low like Halloween sales where
Like
it's
$4 or
yeah,
whatever?
$4.
Yeah.
Maybe pick it up then because yeah, it's not terrible.
It's not
I'm
terrible
not
at all,
getting
and
this
it
game.
kills a good couple hours.
Well,
I'm-
cool.
I will not be
Thanks for
getting
showing this time because I
You're very
probably
welcome.
wouldn't have given it a shot otherwise. So
Alright, so there you go. That was our quick bite of Godzilla. And yeah, let us know what you think about it.
Yeah. Welcome though, or thanks though. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to thanks for the second.
Thanks,
Time.
thanks for the level.
second-
Thanks for the
level
level.
3.
Thanks for bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye. Godzilla.
I just don't get it. 1, 2, 3. That's how many videos we release in a week. You should check them out by hitting subscribe right down below.